Chairman.
We now go to Judge Ted Poe of Texas.
Thank the Chairman. Mr. Chairman, this issue is of importance to the United States national security interest. I think we are living in a fantasy land if we think that the bully bear Putin will be nice to the neighbors that surround him. That is absolutely naive. He watched as we watched when the Russians invaded Georgia. There was a little bit of press worldwide about the invasion of the Republic of Georgia, and I'm not talking about the state of Georgia. In the South, I know some of my Georgia friends are concerned about thinking that Georgia has been invaded and they didn't know about it. But in any event, he watched to see what we would do. He took 1/3 of the country. We said, that's not nice. You shouldn't do that. You're invading a sovereign country. And we moved on. And he's still there. 1/3 of Georgia is still occupied by the Russian army. The West, the world, did nothing. So he then looked at the Crimea. That was next on his list. And I agree with my friend from Virginia. We should be concerned about Crimea first before we're wondering about whether he's going into Moldova, the rest of the Ukraine, Estonia, Belarus. You know, those are possibilities. And what happened in Crimea? He marched in. We watched. And dealing with Putin, he has started Cold War II. We should be aware of this. And whether we like it or not, he chose this activity. So I think it's in our national security and the security of our allies and our friends that he be told, no, you can't do this without some consequences. This legislation presents those consequences to the Russian bear, letting him know, nope, you're not going to get away with it this time. And so I have, as mentioned earlier, I have great respect for my friend, Mr. Rohrabacher from California. But on this issue, I think we should act decisively, and act with the appropriate measure of sanctions to let the Napoleon of Siberia know he can't just invade countries and the rest of the world just moves on. And there should be consequences. I support the legislation.
Would the gentleman yield time to the chair?
I certainly will.
Well, thank you.